Mr. President, are you reconsidering the nomination of Matt Gaetz?
The senator's been giving me a lot of good advice. I'm looking forward to a hearing. Folks have been very supportive. They've been saying we're going to get a fair process. So it's a great day of momentum for the Trump-Vance administration.
Any reaction to the Ethics Committee? They said they're not going to release the report after their meeting today, at least at this point. Any response?
I'll be honest with you. I've been focused on what we got to do to reform the Department of Justice. I've been meeting with senators. I haven't been paying much attention to that.
Have you briefed President Trump at all?
I haven't talked to the president today, but had a great time with the vice president-elect talking about how we're going to end weaponization at the Department of Justice. We're going to tackle fentanyl. We're going to ensure that we don't have the DOJ involved in censorship anymore, and make sure that we get the country back on track and are there for President Trump's total fulfillment of his promises on an immigration agenda.
Are you confident you can get confirmed by the Senate? Do you feel like
it was a great day?
Matt Gaetz is stepping down from his nomination to Attorney General of the United States. Many said this was the most contentious of the nominations made by former President Trump, and he has announced categorically that he will not be seeking
He finally succeeded, eh?
confirmation to the post of Attorney General. Here are his words.
Wow, this doesn't really come as a surprise in my personal opinion, but who on Capitol Hill does not have skeletons in his closet? It's just like, well, when you go against the establishment, then your skeletons becomes public. But I bet you if they were to check everyone in that Congress, most of them do. But that's just how politics works, right? You're either in the game, you're either in with the majority, or they'll just turn against you and just bring out your dirty linen on public. That's just how it is. I just feel pity for Americans who say, oh, Africa is third world. This is what they do. This is what they... I mean, like, come on, look at what is going on in America. Yeah, nobody is an angel. Everyone has got something somehow. So that's how the game is played. I don't know about you, but us in Africa, we are used to things like this. In my country. No, I'm not American, so I'm just bringing facts. And this is a statement that Matt Gaetz actually released. I had an excellent meeting with senators yesterday, and I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it is clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to the critical work of the Trump-Vance transition. There is no time to waste on a needless, protracted Washington scuffle. This, I'll be withdrawing my name from the consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice, and I'm certain he will save America. Wow. If this guy would have got in there, I mean, I would need to look for a clip where he's questioning the current AG and some of the FBI directors, and most of those guys leading the agencies. He's tough on them, really tough on them. So I can understand why they don't want him there, because he's fearless. Besides, he's already gone through an investigation by the DOJ, and the case has been dropped due to lack of evidence. But this ethics report from the Congress, well, maybe there is something there. Really, we don't know. These are just leaks coming out. It's Washington, right? Leaks come out all the time to just damage those who they don't want. But this is a political game. It's dirty, it's nasty. So if you're considering politics, well, you better stick to your day's job.
The FBI and Department of Justice were weaponized, and Trump was specifically targeted. The report takes great lengths to point out the number of times where Trump was targeted in a way no other American would be. And in essence, the FBI has now become a disinformation and election interference enterprise here in our country. It's very damning for them. The Steele dossier was nonsense. The probable cause standard, even to originate an investigation, not to continue, but even to originate an investigation was never met, and you had a secret court that was lied to. But Chris, this report is an insufficient consequence for the malfeasance and corruption that we have seen here. There was an operation from beginning to end to fuse political opposition research from the DNC and the Clinton campaign with this intelligence process and criminal process. And it's a sad day in America, because if that had been a Republican operation, an operation to help a Republican candidate, this wouldn't have ended with a report. It would have ended with real significant indictments. The only indictment that Durham is able to cite here is the indictment of Kevin Kleinsmith. This was the FBI lawyer who changed evidence before a secret court. And guess what? He's already back to practicing law.
Who won this handling the Department of Justice? They are scared of him. That's my personal opinion. I think they are really scared of what he will do, because he's a fearless guy and stuff. He may have done something that is not ethical, but who is an angel? No, they say don't look at what the messenger has done. Just look at the message, right? Yeah, it's all about interest. But in my personal opinion, that's what it is. And yeah, it seems politics is as dirty in America as it is in Wakanda. So I'm not surprised.
Oh, sorry. I have a legal note. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime. Gaetz previously dismissed allegations that he paid for sex, saying that, quote, someone is trying to recategorize my generosity to ex-girlfriends as something more untoward. Another legal note, Pete Hegseth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit. He has denied any wrongdoing.
Just call the show Legal Note from now on. Or really long music.
Wow, the news cycle is moving really fast. Remember, it was just yesterday that Sonny Liston had to read this legal note from ABC to actually state, which actually states that Matt Gaetz had refuted all the claims that she made, calling him a sex offender, having intercourse with underage girls, and I don't think she was happy about that. And today, Matt Gaetz has resigned, but that still doesn't prove anything. He went through the process in the DOJ and he was acquitted. So ABC or Sonny Liston was walking on a very tightrope here, because she would have been sued. And that's what most people expected, that Matt Gaetz should actually go after these guys and just sue them for defamation. That's just the name of the game, right? But it seems some people, they say stuff on air without getting any consequences. While others, you wouldn't even say half of what they're saying, and the full force of the law, a book, they call it the book, will be thrown at you. Yeah, that's how they call it in America, that the book will be thrown at you. But us in Wakanda, well, we know the rules. You don't say anything like that. Just say anything like that. You know the consequences. But we thought that America was better than us. So, yeah, free speech, and that was what they brought to us in Wakanda, that there is free speech, there is this. But it turns out that, we may be freer in Wakanda than in America. What do you think? I'd like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's continue. Excuse me, I'm just having a little cold today.
Music.
They did segment upon segment, and after realizing,
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. The DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Matt Gaetz is a person of low moral character. This is widely known about him, and I'm kind of bullish he's not going to get through.
Yeah, I think what we really need to think about is the position that he has been.
So this is what Sonny Liston actually said that prompted ABC to issue her the legal notes. So it was really serious. They were scared, like, oh, we may be penalized here.
Nominated for by this president elect. To be the attorney general means that you're responsible for the Department of Justice. And the Department of Justice is one of the largest law enforcement agencies in the world.
Matt Gaetz was nominated for this position because we have a problem with the Department of Justice. For the last 8 years, they have run roughshod over rule of law in this country. They have prosecuted political opponents. They ran the Russia collusion hoax. And too many people in Washington, D.C. did not stand up against what was happening there. And many Americans are upset about it. Matt Gaetz is one of the most effective people at fighting that Russia collusion hoax and other information operations, whether
if you're a Christian and you've been looking for an honest online business that you can build in order to be able to provide more,
it was the Brett Kavanaugh information operation, the Donald Trump Russia collusion hoax information operation, or the one that is referenced here, which is something that the FBI and Department of Justice, which hate Matt Gaetz, looked into and cleared him of any wrongdoing. The idea that this is about the issue is corruption. It's the Department of Justice's corruption, and people are sick and tired of people in Washington, D.C.
Paid a lot of attention to Matt Gaetz, I'm going to be honest.
You guys always seem to get all the breaking news, right, on America Report. So this brand new news breaking just moments ago on social media, and we're trying to see exactly what's going to happen here in Palm Beach, Florida at Mar-a-Lago, where the Trump transition team is working hard as this all just came out. I just got off the phone a short time ago with a member of the Trump transition teams. So there's some other names that are rolling into the newsroom, but back out here live, the Trump transition team telling Fox News moments ago that former Representative Matt Gaetz came to this conclusion on his own. They say it was not forced. It was just becoming such a huge distraction that he made this decision. So now back to the drawing board we go, and that drawing board is at Mar-a-Lago, where the former president is working.
I would imagine Matt Gaetz actually came out with this decision on his own, because I think he's a guy of integrity. He saw the distraction that he was bringing to the Trump train, but I don't think he'll play a large role, even like sitting outside Trump's cabinet, because I don't think Trump will just let him go like that. He's a fighter, right? He's really taking lots of heat in the political game, and Trump likes people like that. Besides, he's a Trump loyalist, so I don't see him going anywhere like out of the whole MAGA movement, but he'll play a very key role in, I think, advisory board for Trump or stuff like that. Some people will say, oh, look at what he's done. He's unethical and stuff like that. Who on Capitol Hill has not done something worse than Gaetz? It's just that Gaetz owners come out, and the others, they are still like hiding under the pillow or in their cupboards, in their closets, but many things will come up. Still have the Epstein list, the Diddy list, and most of those guys are there, allegedly. So let's just wait and see. But this was Dave Rubin report, where he read that maybe I'm off on this, but Gaetz thing seems like this. Gaetz was being investigated by, which by stepping down from Congress closes the investigation, okay? Now he steps down before DOJ confirmation hearing, which DOJ confirmation hearing, which doesn't dredge that stuff up. He isn't in Congress anymore, but investigation closed and moves to private sector. Trump did a solid for someone who has always fought for him, and now media has to move on to freaking out about someone else, probably Gaetz, the defense secretary, since they can't go for Gaetz anymore, but they look more ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, the trend will just move on. That's how it works in Washington, right? They'll look for the next victim to go after, to try to sabotage. So after all, politics in America isn't as different as in Wakanda. So, I keep saying this because I'm just tired of the whole hypocrisy. We are superior, we are this, we are that, but stuff you do, we cannot comprehend in Wakanda. Come on, guys. Anyway, just keep on watching and
On my 10 years as a litigator, in addition to my now 20 as a journalist, and I think I found the perfect phrase, go f yourselves.
So maybe they're not, but they voted for Kamala Harris.
09 Tulsi Gabbard added to Donald Trump's cabinet. Also with a theory that a lot of people seem to be
coalescing around.
They were too woke, insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now
it's time to unite everybody.
Wow, the Democrats are really doing some soul searching right now. I think it's important to diagnose what really happened because, I mean, at this rate, there'll be only one party left in America, and I don't think that is good for democracy. We need Democrats to come to realize their mistakes and let there be that pull and push and let the best idea win. But it seems one party is anointing its candidates, in my personal opinion, while others, they are going through the process and bringing out the most formidable candidates ever. That would be the Republicans. So Democrats should put their acts together. It's good for us all. We want to see, best ideas win. So I'm not rooting for one person or the other. I'm not an American. I don't have a dog in the fight. But I just have common sense, okay? Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the Black Coffee Podcast, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. So see you in a bit. Cheers.